想减肥？
想过，这不就只是想想而已吗？
今天打完差不多了吧？我们在这个比赛中把所有的力量都用出来了。我们最大的竞争对手应该是我们自己。
中国队，加油！加油！
Welcome back to Crossfire Stars 2016, and you know, RU Legends versus Kawhi. Kawhi was just never expected, and they weren't expected to win at all. Matt, what do you have to say about this?
Yeah, this is why we love a grand finals, right? Because teams step up, and you're right, Sijon, like beforehand, people wouldn't have said Kawhi are going to be our first confirmed quarter-finalist. But there we go. Quarterfinals day tomorrow and semis tomorrow, and we have our first quarterfinalists, winners of Group A, Kawhi. And to be fair, all the way through that game, they were in the lead. You look at the scores, they were always a round or two in the lead, but RU Legends never let them get far away.
Nope.
They trailed them the whole game. Then we get to 7, getting really towards, end of game time. RU Legends clutch when it matters, close it to 9-all when it mattered. 2-1 up in overtime was the first time they were ever in the lead, so it was extremely close. Exactly. Very exciting, but at the end, Kawhi get through.
Right, and I want to let you know how they got to that position. Mexico, the map itself is a very swingy map. It's very tiny, and you're able to get these wins in consecutive fashion. And that's exactly what happened, except for the first map. I mean, Kawhi got the first map, and then we got to see... RU got the first map, and then we got to see them come back 3 games, and then another 3 games from the other team, and then another 4 games, so on and so forth. Only around the 13th round, for the next 4 rounds, they went back and forth. But then, when it hit overtime, we got to see Russia get ahead for the first time in this match. For the last 4 rounds, we see Kawhi just banging them out. And I have to give a shout out to Alejo. He's a sniper of Kawhi.
Yeah.
And he is entry fragging. Like, he's going in first.
MVP?
You don't... Well, when I'm talking about MVP, I also have to mention Exuer.
MVP?
Exuer, yes, exactly. Exuer, at a certain point in the in overtime, he was up 7-1. 7 kills and 1 death.
In overtime, yeah.
It's ridiculous how well he played.
So we've got Kawhi now, like I say, as our first confirmed quarterfinalist. What I think is really exciting, tomorrow we'll be doing the losers bracket stages. We're going to have AG fighting for that losers bracket. And if they win that, then we've got a potential rematch against RU Legends on the opening game of today. And I would love to see another one of those.
Exactly.
Exactly. And Matt, are you keeping track of what's happening in stage B?
Of course. Of course I am. Yeah, I'm running around all the place. Like, we'll sit here at the desk. No, I'm down there. I'm talking to players.
Let us know what's happening.
I'm running around.
Take it away.
So, Pacific WARA has put a win on the board for the Philippines. They've beaten the Japanese team, Insanes, 10-7 Pacific WARA over Insanes. Their sniper, Usaka, really stepped up. He's kind of regarded as the carry for Insanes. So he stepped up, got loads of kills, but it's no good just being a carry on your team if the rest of your teams don't step up as well. Yeah, so Pacific WARA won that. When they were down 2-5, they won it. When they were down 3 players to 5, those 3 players won it. Pacific WARA really stepped up. They've got their first win on the board.
Well,
so that's every team now has had at least their first game. So now we're really starting to see who is ready.
Well, sorry to interrupt, but now that we've mentioned a few names, now let's see who the MVP of the match is. Take it away.
So, Pablo getting MVP. Not one article, gotta be honest, but he did have a couple of big moments himself throughout that. I personally would have gone with maybe X or I don't know, maybe Alejo. Maybe X. I think, but then you could say Treat. There was a lot to choose from. A lot to choose from.
There was indeed. I think obviously Pablo, he had his moments. We're going to see some of those moments here. We did.
This was the big 4-man from behind. Yeah.
This was insane. This was obviously a fantastic clutch. It was a 1v4. I think this one may have been up a 1v3 actually. It was a bit of a different one there. But fantastic nevertheless, and Pablo doing some great stuff.
It was a 1v4, or
right.
I think it was like 2v4 at one point, but he was the guy that was coming from B site and just caught them all in the back, and then they finally turned around in a 2-on-1, and then, oh, where did he come from? Oh, we're all dead.
Yeah, 1 by 1.
Who was covering the back? You were covering the back. I wasn't covering the back. You were covering the back.
I thought that was your job.
Yeah,
nope, I
didn't
do it. Yep, we know that now. No one did it.
No one did it. No one did it. But that was, of course, the Kauai players and team going through to the quarterfinals, as Matt just said, the first confirmed team to go through. So we're going to move it on to Group C winners match now. And, of course, it's going to be Remo Brave, the Brazilians, up against Pacific WARA, the Filipinos. And now Remo Brave, they've already taken down Pacific Macta at the Manila Invitational on their home soil. Is there a bit of revenge on the cards, which, ironically, I remember because we're talking about players that try to carry their team. Revenge being on Pacific Macta.
I mean, more than likely, yes. I mean, as an organization, Pacific, obviously Macta or WARA, they want to get their revenge. But the Brazilians, they seem so composed. They seem like nothing seems to be phasing them at the moment. No matter who they come against, they're just happy. They're having fun. Smiles on their faces. But at the same time, they're ready to play. And I think they don't really care whether it's Macta or WARA or whoever they're playing. But on your screens, of course, is in Remo Brave.
Yeah, Vinny there, the man that had an absolute godlike performance in the first matchup. 21 frags for him in that game. There's Mouths. He also had a pretty big game himself. Some superhero moments from both these players as they set themselves up in the booth. And, of course, the Filipino flag hanging bright in the sky. So, as we learned, actually, can be flipped upside down. It's like it's blue facing when they're at peace, and red facing goes up when they're at war.
Ah, right. I do remember. Someone told me
that.
Yeah,
they did tell us that while we were there. I didn't know that, but ordinarily it means distress if you hang the UK flag upside down. But Pacific WARA, they did beat their sister team Pacific Macta, who were finalists here last year and finished, I believe, third. Pacific Macta, third or fourth, weren't they, last year? So they got a bit of work to do. Pacific WARA 10-7 against Insanes. I would have expected a bigger victory, I think, safe to say, against the Japanese. But you never know. Every team seems to be stepping up here in Suzhou, China, for the Crossfire 2016 Grand Finals. Brazilian seems set. Zhao certainly seems to have himself set up. They're in the left booth this time. So your little prediction scheme, you've got a score prediction written down on your piece of paper going down here. And every team on the right side has won so far, haven't they?
Yeah.
So Remo Brave are there. So you think Remo Brave are going to win this?
I do. I think Remo Brave. I think they're going to. I think it's going to be very, very close. But I'm going to go with precise. I'm going to go 10-7.
Oh, okay. Scores as well. That is precise.
But only because our first game was 10-5. Are you Legends with that? Kauai 10-7.
WARA just played a 10-7 as well.
Yeah, we've seen a lot, but the only game obviously to go to overtime, Kauai and Are You Legends, that was pretty insane to watch, and obviously have the privilege of casting over. Hope you guys at home enjoyed that one too. But I don't see this one going to overtime. I just think the Brazilians are a little bit ahead, but I may eat my own words. Yeah. Let's check out what
we're back on Mexico again. Yeah,
it is. Oh, it's Mexico.
Yeah, they have it on the observers are sat ready on it. So back to Mexico once again. We just saw it, of course, in the last Group A winners matchup. It is a two-match. Get my teeth in. A one-map veto from each team. So obviously 2 maps vetoed out, and then the referee goes for a random selection on the last remaining 3, and it's turned out to be Mexico once again. So check that random sector out. I don't know.
Well, we've seen
a little shake. See
Port,
what's going on there.
Black Widow, Port, Mexico. We yet to see, of course.
Anchor are also based, but I mean, they could, of course, be
vetoed.
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know that, but it doesn't really matter, because we just need to focus on the map we are playing. Of course, it is still a best of 1, and the winner of this, again, same as last time, books himself a spot in the quarterfinals alongside Kauai. And in all honesty, I didn't think Kauai would make it to that stage so quickly. But you've got to hand it to them. Very, very good stuff from Kawhi, but less of them. More about the game in hand. It's going to be Emo Brave versus Pacific WARA.
Yeah, Hidden versus Insanes is going to be the lower bracket matchup for this one. Of course, the winner of that will face the loser of this matchup, but we don't want to talk about losers just yet. It's all about the winners at the moment, and we shouldn't forget that obviously not only do the first and second place in the groups go through, it is also the best third place runner-up in 2 of the groups. So
yeah.
When we look at matches like 10-7, Insanes versus Pacific WARA, that's putting themselves in a pretty good position, because I assume it's going to go down to rounds scored. And when you look towards Vici going 10-4, that's a problem. I don't know who they faced, but it's not good. I think it was the Americans, wasn't it? It was Team WoW.
It was, you're right. Yeah. It was Team WoW. But again, that's against Vici, which some may say that's kind of predicted, but it doesn't help them in the long run.
Is Flipside has finished. Okay, so that matchup has finished. So Flipside Vici, I would love to know who came out top in that one.
Of course.
Because that would be a cracking game.
We've kind of followed from our initial kind of start into this was, you know, Flipside seeing them not only become national champions, go all the way, and now here, but of course, you know, such a strong team and really a favourite. Every time they walk across the stage here, a lot of cheers coming in for Vici.
Vici, yeah. I mean, we're in China.
Exactly.
It's home turf for them, big national champions. They got a lot of pressure on them, but I think we saw in the VT actually saying, you know, our biggest challenger is ourselves. If we can beat ourselves, then we're all looking good. But let's talk about this game. Emo Brave, of course, solid performance from them earlier on. They played Hidden, 10-5 the score on Port, and the Koreans really didn't turn up. And, you know, 10-5 is a bit of a flattering score because they picked up, like, almost the last 3 rounds. It should have been a 10-2, 10-3.
It very, very well could have been an absolute stomping. And I think you hit it nail on the head there. Flattering score is 10-5. And, you know, picking up the last couple of rounds, it could have been a lot worse. And those are the games.
It was a 7-2 half, and it could have been 8-1, no problem.
Yeah. In fact, I think it should have been 8-1,
It should have been, yeah.
Should have been 8-1, and the momentum was with them. They threw a few silly rounds away, but it's just so hard to come back from, you know, a 7-2 or an 8-1 deficit. It's just too much to ask sometimes for some of these squads. And don't get me wrong, it would have been a fantastic comeback. But Emo Brave, team that you're about to see, stood strong and won that 10-5. Of course, Hidden bowed out. They are not out just yet, of course. This is still group stage. But now, this is a winner bracket game here. And they, of course, try and solidify their spot in the quarterfinals tomorrow. For me, I'm definitely leaning slightly towards Emo Brave.
Well, good luck, have fun being exchanged from Pacific WARA. We're just waiting for Emo Brave to ready themselves up. Vinny being the last man along with Ryuza. So as soon as they get themselves sorted out, we'll be good to go. Mexico, a map we did just see a moment ago. A lot of opportunities. It is a very small map, certainly very crowded. I wonder whether we're going to see very different tactics coming out this time, because we didn't see too much adjustments from both the Russian or Kawhi.
Yeah, and they both had similar strategies.
Yeah.
They both kind of edge
cramming
towards
in the middle.
or just kind of smash everything together in the middle. I think that we will see that again. Towards the middle. I actually think we may see a little bit more action over to the B side, because it was like a ghost town over there. We saw it when it was like 1-on-1.
So we saw a 1-on-4.
Yeah, and then it kind of came alive. But apart from that, the B side was a little bit quiet, to say the least. Sometimes teams like to say push underground, edge towards B.
There really wasn't too much underground play. The Sewers didn't really come into it. They had that one round where Kawhi picked it up at the start, and then they didn't utilize it after that because the Russians defended it. And then the Russians just didn't push it whatsoever. No. I don't know whether they just felt that they couldn't get a clear exit. They did it, I think, once, and they got caught in a complete crossfire.
And
they just, that was the end of it.
Do it again.
Yeah, they didn't do it again. So we're waiting for the teams to get themselves ready. It looks like they are about ready to go. So hopefully we'll get things going. Here we go.
Okay, so
here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Mexico is the map. Group C winners, Emo Brave versus Pacific WARA. They are set up on stage, and they are ready to go.
Okay, so on the attack, you can see Pacific WARA trying to do some damage straight away. Hemo Brave, of course, will be controlling the mid. Raizu and Zhao will be leading that, but Aim Green has already fallen. King of Pacific WARA has taken a lot of damage. Just a slither of health there. However, still in a 5v4.
Yeah, headshot to begin with. Aim Green going down to Zaran there. So not the ideal of starts for the Brazilians. Leaving them in a 4-on-5 defensive setup. Poi lining up. Just getting themselves positioned. I don't know whether we're going to say BXM 4C or where we're going with that one. It's an interesting name. We're just going to say BX.
BX sounds good to me. I hadn't even
sorted
spotted it yet.
Yeah, I'm sure it's an abbreviation for something, but you know what? If you have a stupid name, you deserve to get it called stupidly as well.
Well, BX himself is the one just trying to push forward on your screens now. And he's just almost back and forth, not wanting to overcommit. Of course, this middle ground so important. Matt is going to be in the mix as well. Matt, just to touch on him, fantastic in his previous game to get here. See him put double digits up many times. Seems a bit quiet to me, though. No one wanted to make the first move almost.
Yeah, very different from the previous matchup. We are seeing them stack up, though, for that A-side push. Getting themselves ready to push around alley. Here they go. It's going to be a burst. Aggressive stuff. Ares and BX going to be launching themselves around the corner. Poi going to be coming in support. There comes the rush. He holds, but it's not enough. And the pistols in the end is what comes out on top there for King. And that was a disastrous hold, honestly, for Hemo Brave. They didn't even pick up a single man on that push, and we may be seeing the team A's coming through here.
Yep, Rise out, trying to do everything here. But you know what? He might pick up one. He doesn't even do that. Ares is the one to put him to bed. And that is a clean sweep, as we see not one kill picked up for Hemo Brave. And now we're going to reset. Of course, the attacking squad is Pacific WARA. Squad beating their sister team to get here and now proving a point. Could they be the second team in the quarterfinals? We'll have to wait and see as this one pans out. But BX popping the smoke in, trying to get on top of the box. Pretty much similar to the first round. But again, not changing anything and no action at B.
Yep, slow and steady start. Making sure they don't get caught out early in the opening exchanges. Still, obviously, 2.5-minute timer on the clock, so plenty of time. No need to rush anything here. Just take it steady. WARA have also left the bomb, actually, back in spawn. Now, Poi manages to get his opener, and it's Vinny that's gone down, who obviously was the superhero of Port. But here on Mexico, things are very different for them. The Brazilians struggling to find their feet, struggling to find a frag so far here in the second round. The push comes through. Bomb still, by the way, in spawn. Nobody even bothered picking it up. Ares finds himself one, but the grenade bounces off the wall from Maths and gets the kill onto Ares. So there is the first kill. It's come from a grenade.
Spot on grenade as well, popping it in that back corner. He knew exactly where he was. Well timed, good trajectory. And now we see our first bit of
Aim Green's about to get busy. They're going to go straight through sewers, 4-man push into mid. Now, will they go into A or B? They're going to go A. No, it will be a B. And now Aim Green saw them, got the shot off. Quick chest through double doors. Ryo Zhao comes straight through and takes himself a chunk of fire in the process. Aim Green tries to get himself one, but realizes he's going to get pushed. Now, 4 members coming around the corner. Gets one, can't get a second. It will be Ryo Zhao, though, that gets a kill in there on BX. And now a 2-on-2. Zaran and King. Zaran going to go for the plant. King watching the back flank. So now he has to watch the front door. They try and reposition themselves around sight.
Well, it's going to be Maths and Rizal pushing forward. They're pushing as a team. They're taking damage. They've given damage. And now it's going all onto the bomb site. 7 seconds gone. And not a time to even pull anything off there. Fantastic double kill coming in for Pacific WARA. I think that was, in fact, Zaran with that. His first real showing. I'll say that. He's 4-0.
Well, the first time we see him, at least. Gets himself that quick double. I say, started off well here for Pacific WARA. The Filipinos, not too far for them to travel here to China. Unlike the Brazilians, they probably had the longest journey of anyone, I think. Is safe to say the Brazilians, probably around about 20 hours or so. Double plane stop for the casters, actually, as they came through Paris.
Very difficult.
So long old journey for them. Of course, the Philippines not too far away from China. Big Chinese community over there as well, where we were just a couple of months ago. Now, WARA that set themselves up. Still sitting through the sewers, looking for those chances, for those openings, and there is going to be the opener. It is BX in the sewers coming through. Finds the shot on aim green. And now Ryo's out. There's a triple stack from WARA coming through the sewers. They backed off. They backed off. They're going to A.
Yeah, they have backed off. They've got the first blood once again, and they seem to be playing this so well. They're trading very well. They're playing very methodical here, and they're going to be pushing on to A. They've got one watching the flank, but he's going to be regrouping in the middle. That's King, of course. Ares, BX, Zaran, all pushing down this one side. And for me, Smoke's going to go down, and they are going to push like crazy. Here we go. Flashes go in. Hits one. Connects now. Two coming in for Zhao. I think that was a 2-in-1, in fact. Maths and Zhao's going to get a third as well, and it's all up to Ares. And he's going to fall very shortly, if serves me correctly. But he's still alive for now. I think he's just waiting and anticipating as he finally gets flashed. I don't think he can see a thing here. There is one coming up behind him. He's pinned in. He's pinned back. And there's 23 seconds left to go.
Zhao again.
Zhao picks up the 4. I actually think his first shot picked up 2. 2-in-1, I think it was.
Maths on your screen there, but as you say, Zhao was the hero of the moment there. Quick fire double. Now King through the sewers, looking to see if there's going to be an early peak. Now, they did triple stack, actually, the sewer exit, so maybe Hemo Brave expecting some sort of push from Pacific WARA this time around, but it's not the case. And they reset their positions, but that's given the middle ground across to WARA as fires exchanged between Ares and Zhao. He steps away, Ryo's out, gives him the covering exit. And now Hemo Brave rotate their positions as WARA start to take control of this map, start to take control of the territory, covering off the middle ground.
2-1 is the score in the series. Still early days here. WARA, though, coming out and impressing me, certainly. 5v5, damage has been given. And now looking at the minimap here, it's standard A push, a little bit of a diverse middle ground as well, coming in from Pacific WARA, but Hemo Brave definitely sitting back. Vinny, a man who hasn't seen the action just yet, picks up his first kill, and that's onto Poi. Nothing traded or answered back, though, from WARA. Zhao finds another, that's onto Zaran. Hemo Brave maybe tying this one up. I say that as King finds one. Vinny finds the second, that's going to be a headshot. As King finds another with the sniper now, a 2v3. Something can definitely pull off with Vinny and Zhao's low health here.
Yeah, B-side is carved open. Ryo's out, making the flank. He's kind of just covering the sewer exit right now, but he's certainly in a position he can just quickly rotate into B through the back alley. Double doors being covered off by Zhao. Keeping his eye on that one. Vinny gets a glimpse, and that's going to be surely Zhao picking himself up the quick kill. Tries to go for the open no-scope. Gets taken down in the end there by BX. And now it's a 2-on-2. Suddenly things that were looking so good for Hemo Brave are looking a little questionable. King's going to line himself up, goes for the reload, flick shot, gets on towards Ryo Zhao, and suddenly a 2-on-1. King with next to no health though, but picks himself up the 5 frags, doesn't get the flick across there, Vinny. He's got his first 2 kills so far, finds King, makes it 3. Can he get 4 in the round? Yes, he can! Big plays from the captain. It's 2-2.
You see there, it popped up exactly where he hit him. It was literally the top of his head. Another inch above and he would have missed him, but Vinny, fantastic stuff there. 4 kills in the round, captain of the squad, already done damage this tournament, and he's looking to do more. Series is tied up 2-2 though, in this map in particular. Of course, still best of ones. And Hemo Brave just setting up usual strategy, forcing him back, trying to control the middle. see what WARA can do.
Yeah, just reposition themselves once again. Aries going aggressive, gets himself a shot to Vinny early on. And that was just a straight open peek around the corner of the alleyway on A site. Not something you would often expect. Another smoke down there to slow things down, of course. 145, plenty of time, but Hemo Brave now one man less. You've got to assume that maybe an A play will come out. Rotations from Hemo Brave. Getting 2 off over on the B site. Now it's actually Zhao going relatively aggressive, using that scope to decent effect in the last couple of rounds, but King's been the man to watch on the sniper so far for Pacific WARA. Once again, it's more aggressive stuff from Aries. He's just trying to cause so much carnage over on the side there. Zarin picks up the kill on Zhao.
Yeah, finally finds another, and now a 5 versus 3. Zhao and Vinny both down. But Hemo Brave definitely not out as the minute does strike. This is where you're going to expect WARA maybe to decide on that bomb, put the pressure on. The pinch is coming in. That's going to come in. We're going to see 2 go down, and that's actually for WARA. Could this be a bit of a comeback here? King's going to shut that attack down, and Ryazao left all alone in a 1v3. The only thing going for him is his health at the moment. But as the bomb falls, smoke's going out. They'll know exactly where he's coming from. Shot in the back. That's going to come from Zarin. And a clinical round here coming in for Pacific WARA. And now they do take the lead in the series. It's 3-2.
Now we're going to see Hemo Brave maybe switch things up here. They once again line themselves up. They do get the early frag. That's Maths finding the kill down in the sewers. It was King trying to get one of those shots early on. They get themselves a second as well from Zhao. Vinny makes it 3. There's the 4th from Zhao, and this is a quick fire round. Zarin, the last man standing down in the sewers, looking for that scope.
Yeah, I think he lost it for a second there. And you know what? Aim Green's just popped him. I don't know if he came behind there. I don't think he did. Whether it was through the smoke or not, Aim Green finds another. And now that will tie things up 3-3. Get that score updated ASAP. And again, Mass trying to find one down in the sewers, but I don't think he'll be so lucky this time. The one thing that we've seen a bit different here on Mexico rather than the previous game of the Russians is that mid-control. You can see Ryazao pushing up, but we really did see from both Kawaii and RE Legends pushing 3-4 players even into that mid-area.
Now, I did just see Ryazao actually went straight all the way through mid and then back through the smoke into his own area, into A site. Now he's rotated all the way back around to the middle, gone round the world twice, and back into position. Trading shots at the moment with WARA, but nothing really landing, as we can see from the hit points. Nobody taking too much damage just yet, if any at all. So, once again, Zarin and Aries, the opening fraggers effectively for WARA, going for those little peeks around the corner, trying to open peek, and it's pretty risky play from them. Vinny with his back to them at the moment, so he's not checking that corner. A grenade going through. I didn't see whose that is. Number 4. We'll hopefully get a get the full screen. There we go. It was BX taking some damage. Aries finds Vinny. Okay, A site now carved open. Zarin also going to push on through there. Zarin going aggressive openly, looking towards Maths. Zhao pops around the corner, shuts him down, and we're back on a 4-on-4.
Yeah, Zhao's been fantastic here for the Brazilian side here. He's found one, and now Poise pushing in. He needs to pick it up. Zhao may be in trouble as well, but no, the Deagle comes out and he finds him eventually. It's the double for Zhao, actually. Maybe a triple. Trying the jump shot. Doesn't pull it off, but he reloads that Deagle. He's down to the right. He finds him, and that is good night to King. And wow, from Zhao. Fantastic stuff. The man on your screen right now. 11th kill of the series. We're only into round number 8 now.
Yeah, he's stepping it up for his team right now. And considering he was shut down early on by King, who was on 6-1 at one point, well 6-0 at one point, is now down to 6-4. And Zhao has just skyrocketed, and more importantly, has been with the Deagle, of course. They did get that 4 in that one round as well. So, 4-3, the Brazilians lead. Slow and steady still from WARA. It seems that they are slowly getting more impatient. Because Hemo Brave, they're not really peaking. So it's WARA that are starting to have to look around these corners, look in the choke points, and That's where obviously Hemo Brave are starting to benefit because they're almost walking into static set positions. Oh, a little peek there as we switch the camera away. It was Zhao that made the jump across, a leaping shot with that rifle. Caught Aries heavily as well. You can see he is lit on the screen there. We don't get to see the hit points. They'll come up eventually. But it is Hemo Brave in a big driving seat right now as WARA look at the hit points. Yeah, it's Aries. There you go. So taken low. Shot doesn't land this time, but Zaren's already been picked off by Aim Green.
Yep, Aries falls as well. That's right, as how it's all looking good here for the Brazilians. Boy,
calm down, Zhao. Calm down.
He does try and go a little bit audacious there, but Poi just says, you know what, that's enough of you. We'll put you to bed, but it's a 2v4. We've already seen a 1v4 on this map coming in previously. Can we see something magic here from Pacific WARA? We'll have to wait and see.
Yes, we will.
Literally, as we go back into the game as soon as possible. But you can see there Zhao looking over to his teammate Aim Green. Oh, and there we go. We may be able to judge it by that. Zhao getting excited by maybe a kill coming in. And
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the round. 5-4.
Looks over.
Hemo Brave taking the first half. As the observers, they're getting quicker and quicker at rejoining. Just not very quick at retyping the password. That's what I always notice.
Just need to double check that password.
Brazilian mistake. He's made a mistake. Oh, there we go. He's fixed it.
Back in, and we should be back in for the next round.
Second half.
Second half, that's what I mean, not the next round.
Yeah, so we'll see whether Hemo Brave on the attack now, whether they can switch things around, get themselves up there. WARA just slow pace. There should be one more round to go, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know whether we're going to get to see it. There we go. We've joined it just towards. So we did manage to make it back in before.
Ah, so it's 5-3.
I'll finish. Yeah, no, yeah. I was waiting for the final round to play out. I wasn't sure whether we were going to get there in time, but we did. It was good. But we do join it with a big advantage for WARA, so we may be seeing a 5-4 after all. Zhao, though, is still alive. Still a chance. Maths covering off A site. He's about to get pressured. Wow. Ryo Zhao is completely around the back of them at the moment. Could get himself an easy shot. Gets one. Tries to come through. Kind of shoots his load a little too early and sprays it, but he's going to get the reload back out. Zhao finds another. A little bit disarray suddenly for WARA, as Zhao keeps himself tucked in the corner. Now, they haven't realized that BX has stacked away. And there's Ryo Zhao getting picked off. Now Zhao has it all to do. He's already picked up 13 frags in this round. Can he go the distance? Can he make it 15? It will be a mammoth task here to pick these three off.
I think Aries is just making a bit of a musical almost against the wall here. Tapping his AK. That's going to be 5-4 as we flip things over. And a very, very close game here. As expected, we knew these guys would go head-to-head. Of course, both winning their first game in their groups, pushing themselves to this spot. Winning this will, of course, secure their next step in the competition. That'll be, of course, the quarterfinals. Already had one team go through, of course, that being Kauai, all the way from Colombia, representing Latin America. Bit of a strange one for the books.
Yeah, catching quite a lot of people off guard. Certainly all the experts were not predicting that one. But second half underway, focus on their faces. Let's get the game on your screen because they are going in thick and fast. And we'll see with the Hemo Brave, who were far more aggressive on their attack last time around in their matchup earlier on today against Hidden. We'll see whether they match that pace for pace as they move on to the attack here on Mexico.
Zaren has found a bit of a sneaky spot here, just waiting to see if they crawl through.
Not so sneaky.
Not needed at all.
Oh, Vinny uses BX actually to the line.
Yeah, it's just seeing if he comes through. But it's not going to be needed. No one's pushing through just yet. First frag has already been made, and it's BX who finds the floor. However, it looks like, again, a steady but slow push towards the A-bomb site. B being left completely empty.
Well, there's a pick. Zhao, quick and easy. Now a 5-on-3. They've got their choice. Is it going to be A site? I would assume so. There's 4 members over that way at the moment. Zaren finally having to give up his sneaky spot that he wanted to use. Checks out down low, but the rest of his team sadly are picked off. And the moment he comes around the corner, Zhao finds him. Starting where he left off, Zhao. That's, what, 15 frags for Zhao already so far in this game. 6-4 to Hemo Brave.
Great stuff there as well. Vinny just finalising things. He didn't get the first bullet off, but he certainly got the last. And now going into this, this looks a little bit quicker here. Coming in, we've got flashbangs going down in the middle. Whether they'll keep the pace up, we'll have to wait and see. But 6-4 is the scoreline. Zaran again in his sneaky spot, but I don't think it'll be needed here. The Brazilians don't really want to push through, and you can see why.
He's so happy about that spot, it seems, but he's just not quite got to use it. Well, maybe.
I'd like to see him get in it. I'm not sure how he's got in it, but maybe we'll see that again. Still 5v5.
See whether we get a early peek from Zhao. Once again, opens up his account. Thank you very much. And it's sniper on sniper this time. King getting picked off. And, you know, we were talking about exactly this for Kawhi. Talking about the fact that Alejo was always the man that was getting that little peek around the side there. Zhao doing the same, but he's been picked off. A quick double from Aries there as he lined up. I think Vinny must have been the cover fire position. Not really covering as he expected there as Zhao goes down. Ryu's out, also getting tagged up. So Aries doing some serious work here for WARA.
Stuff so far, and a nice double from Aries. Catches them off guard, actually. Shot in the side, but the Brazilians still have Aim Green, Rise Out, and Maths up and ready to battle. 1 minute strikes, and they will be wanting to push forward towards this bomb site again. Edging towards A, but the defense coming in. Poi is going to be holding that right at the back alongside BX. It's going to be so difficult to break through. One breakthrough that has been made is coming from Maths. Now a 3v3, and actually the help of Razio and Maths. Maybe not so much as BX goes down as well. Aries, sorry, is the one to fall, but BX's health drops too. Now the numerical advantage falls in favor of the Brazilian. Zaran left with everything to do in a 1v3. He has been tagged up. One coming in. He finds the second. But no, Raizao does not let the 1v3 happen.
Oh.
Close but no cigar there.
Yeah, that was very close. Caught with the smoke grenade in his hand, and he's like, weapon switch, what am I going with? Doesn't really know, and ends up caught with his pants down, taken down. Not the way you want to go. 7-4, Hemo Brave in the lead here with just 3 rounds required for the quarterfinals. Again, we just see 2 of them boosted this time. They really want to use that point. Zaran back up there. Meanwhile, Aries, he's going to come around. He's going to go face-to-face. Zhao caught out this time. The Deagle not enough for him. The support, does it come through? And it does. Ryu's out, gets the reply, but only just.
Well, it's a good start for him. Zhao's already fallen, which isn't great for the Brazilian squad here. As the scoreline sits at 7-4, we have a 4-on-4 on our hands. And BX just trying to shoulder peek round. He can feel it coming around, and Vinny's going to be the first to fall. Can Math trade? Not going to happen. And BX actually, aggressive defense there. You don't really see that too often. He just backed off to his friend, of course, that being Poi. Now the chance for the Brazilians. What do? Do they push around? It looked like the rotate was coming through. We've got another one that falls. That's, of course, Ryazawan looking very strong here for WARA to take this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is the real big test, really. What do they do now? They don't have Zhao making the picks for them. He was opening up his account really nicely here with that scope. And now they have to straightforward blind pick it. 2-on-4. So they know they're looking at minimum a 2-on-2 on a site. So they realize it's a very dangerous position. And I suspect B site might start looking a little more favoursome here, but they are sticking around. 41 seconds. They're going to have to go to A site, trying to rattle off some shots and try and shake the houses effectively, beat the bushes to see who's going to come out and play. As it stands, Maths almost finds himself a shot, does get a big heavy tag down there as well. Can't see who it is. It's BX that's on your screen there. Does finally get taken down by Aim Green. Aim Green now realizes he doesn't have a great deal of cover. Gets himself a second, though. Gets a third. Suddenly Aim Green jumps around the side. King the only man standing from a 2-on-4. How on earth have Hemo Brave come out on top in this?
Not sure at all, but Aim Green not only getting 3, he's also planted the bomb. Can he make it the magical 4? King's lobbed a smoke in a flash maybe, and it's Aim Green. And you know what?
I think it was the ace.
I mean, it was certainly 4. That's the man himself. Pounding the chest and
no, it wasn't. It was Zhao got the first, but 4 nonetheless in a 2-on-4 situation. Massive plays. This has been the story of the game for Hemo Brave. It was the story in the first matchup against the Koreans against Hidden. It was Vinny going big, Maths going big. They were 1-on-2, 2-on-1 situations like this. Vinny comes in, the captain, fantastic. Turns up once again, gets himself a quick double, but King replies, Vinny's there for a triple. Can he get the lot? That's the question. Zaran and King, the last two standing for Remo Brave to take it to match point here. A dominant attack inside. So far, Pacific WARA picked up absolutely nothing on the defense.
Yeah, it's not working for them, and look at this, a very aggressive push, and you know what? It's over at the B bomb site. Completely unexpected here. They've cleared it out, they've done their job. And now King is going to be flashed.
Vinny again.
He's found number 4. Can he find a 5th? Aim Green's going to steal that one away from him. Or is he? Yes, he is. Aim Green turning up. And again, just to highlight what you said, D-Man, again, it's just individual plays. Aim Green and Zhao for me this game. The previous one was Maths and Vinny. It's just all going off, and now we're on match point.
Yeah, everybody, individual performances across the board. Really fantastic stuff. You can see playing with smiles. They're going to challenge them out in the alleyway. And, well, who's going to come out on top? It's Ryu Zhao, the man we didn't mention. Suddenly he picks himself up a double. Vinny gets another. Will get taken down. And now it's a 2-on-3. But Zhao, you could almost discount his health. But don't discount him yet. He will get taken down. Aim Green, BMX, or PXM, whichever one you want to say it. Maybe he's going to ride himself to victory. But as it is, he's got a long way to go. Match point for Hemo Brave in his 2-on-1. BXM to keep them in the winner brackets. Can the quarterfinals be called for the Brazilians just yet?
Well, it's not looking good for him. Both of them going down. The bomb is going down. And the rotation needs to come in for BXM. And you know what? Aim Green is 7-on-1 on this side. Incredible stuff. And it wouldn't surprise me if he picks up number 8 here. 30 seconds left on the clock. BX pressuring in, trying to be silent, trying to be sneaky. But there you go. It's number 8 and it's Aim Green. The Brazilians. They're happy with that one.
Massive.
That is incredible.
10-4. What a huge score for the Brazilians. 10-5 against Hidden, and we just thought, well, you know, it's the Koreans, they're getting swept aside. But Pacific WARA did not pick up a singular round on the defensive side. 5-4 first half, 5-0 second half. Dominant stuff from the Brazilians. Hemo Brave will go through to the quarterfinals tomorrow. Yeah, what a performance, ladies and gentlemen. No highlights, apparently, this time around. They just decided to completely change the production up for us on the last match. But you know what? What a solid performance. Maybe it is a performance that deserves some highlights after all. But Hemo Brave, 10-4.
Yeah.
10-4 over Pacific WARA. Pacific Max are going to be sat at home saying, yep, we told you, they're pretty good.
Yeah, they are indeed. So that is the double, of course, for the Brazilians. Of course, in Manila Invitational, they take down Macta here. The grand finals, the championships, WARA as well suffers the defeat. And the Brazilians, again, for the day one, if you like, it's all smiles, it's all fun and games, they're happy. And you know what, the highlight, I think they just wanted to show them in the booth a little bit more. You know, dancing around, having some fun. And they will be in the first quarter, in the quarterfinals alongside Kawhi now. And I didn't think I'd be saying that.
What a surprise of a day. What a surprise of a day. I mean, Hemo Brave, we knew they were pretty damn good when we saw them at the Invitational. They certainly performed well. even though everybody wrote them off coming into this one because they're not classed as the #1 team in Brazil, but they managed to win the Nationals, so you can't argue with that, and here they are performing absolutely brilliantly. Spot on for stuff from them. Kawhi as well, we should give them a massive performance because their win against the Russians in overtime was spectacular. They tactically worked it well and seemed to be just the superior team on the day on Mexico. But very different play styles from both, or should say all 4 teams that we've seen here in Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico really did kind of put a spanner in the works for a lot of these teams. We saw the aggressive defense coming in really for the first 2 teams, of course, the Russians and Kawhi. And then this time when we saw it, everyone just seemed to sit back. They sat back. It worked for Hemo Brave. It didn't work for Pacific WARA. Their defense was very, very poor. And unfortunately for them, it didn't work.
Well, here are the final results for the Grand Finals today. It has been a pretty lively game. RU Legends taking down All Gamers earlier on, then Kawhi taking down Execution, I should say, actually. Hemo Brave also winning out against Hidden. It was a 10-5 performance, dominant, and Kawhi in the winner bracket taking down RU Legends in overtime. And, of course, bucking the trend for the team on the left. Hemo Brave finally turn a win in that column, taking down Pacific WARA 10-4. The round of 12. Solid performance so far, and this is how it has developed across the board. As you can see, Kawhi and Vici taking down Flipside early on, something we didn't know about going through. So Kawhi, Vici, and now, of course, Hemo Brave from Group C, which we'll see in just a moment. But it does mean, of course, we have Freedom versus Team WoW tomorrow, All Gamers versus Execution, and, of course, following that, the loser brackets will be the quarter-finals. Hemo Brave, just final confirmation there. They are through to the quarterfinals. Pacific WARA will await the winner of Hidden versus Insanes, which will also be taking part tomorrow. So, fantastic stuff overall today, Phil. Good to see some upsets. I love seeing upsets. And,
yeah.
Obviously, the best of 1 format does lay towards that.
It does. The best of 1, it's always difficult, and it's not the end of the best of 1. Of course, the first quarterfinals will be a best of 1. I've, of course, got my eye out, though, on that final game we saw, Group C. It was Pacific WARA versus the winner of Hidden and another team. I think
Execution.
Whoever goes through, I think that will be a very close game. And, of course, the winner will book themselves a number 2 spot, if you like. And
who are they playing? I'm trying to think. My brain's not working. I'm going to tell you where it is.
You can try and find out.
It's going to be Insanes.
Insanes.
So I actually, I'd expect to see Insanes in that matchup again. So it would be a rematch.
I think it'll be close nevertheless.
Pacific WARA versus Insanes. It could be a rematch. We could see a couple of rematches, because obviously All Gamers are currently in there. Obviously, we're seeing RU Legends awaiting the winner of All Gamers versus Execution, so that you would expect All Gamers to win that one. But then again, you would have said that the same thing this morning. There's been a whole plethora of upsets today, and that's exactly how we like to see day 1 of a tournament group stage.
Yep, the only thing this was lacking was a few more overtimes for me. Of course, we did see some dominant performances here on the A stage. Of course, we've got the B stage going on as well. But we saw a 10-5 from RU Legends, 10-4 that just went down as well. I want to see some more overtimes.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff. We'll see you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.